This is Rob. I'm lucky. I've got some friends who have been doing brewing at home for a while, mead and wine and that kind of thing. And they won a gold medal at the California State Fair this past year. And the label is called Sip Happens. I think, it's a pun. And I know these guys well. And so I'm like, okay, I can work with this. I reached out to Pat, one of the brewmasters, and offered to do a label for them. And so what I did was I just picked something that I would have fun with. So I did this like crazy gonzo Ralph Steadman style, like cartoon animal thing. And it was just so weird. And I was like, well, I'll just throw this at the wall and see if they can kind of get an idea for what I'm going for. Because Ralph Steadman does Flying Dog beer, and his artwork is so cool for that. So I was hoping that they might recognize that or kind of see the direction that I'm headed with the concepts. Because it was just really, I got kind of drunk and just sort of started splashing shit on a piece of paper. And lo and behold, they're digging the direction I'm going in. So I gave them a little presentation, and now I'm moving on the label. And so we're going with this theme of accidents, right? Like, because sip happens, play on shit happens. So, which is basically just like accidents happen, make the best of it, whatever. And so I'm playing with this idea of these, like, first of all, building this cast of crazy, weird animal cartoons, and then having this little, I don't want to call it a society, but like, one of them drives a cab, which is for like the Cabernet. I don't remember. I think that's what it is. And one of them's got like a barbed wire tattoo, and that's like the Barbera, right? And so they crash into each other and they make a blend, and like this big splash comes up and with the wine, and then the logo is kind of in the middle. That's sort of my vision for this idea. But the first thing that I got to figure out is the logo. And I really liked this sort of dirty, grungy approach to it, because a lot of wine labels have very fancy, clean logos. And I figure if I do something that's got a lot of attitude, it's going to stand out. So I gave the guys a presentation and showed them some quick mock-ups for some stuff that I'd done. And I really like this like circle that looks like, wine got spilled on a white tablecloth, and you've got like the imprint of the bottle in the wine. And so I decided to, run with that and just, I'm doing tons of versions here, just splashing paint on here, circles, just getting crazy. And, it's like the opposite of that saying, the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. What I love about watercolor is you can do the same thing over and over again and never get the same result. So that's why I'm doing so many of these. It's just like, I'm going to follow the natural progression of where the medium takes me and just go with what works best. And if I'm not happy with any of these when I'm done, I start over and do more. So this is part of what I love so much about the artistic process, is just the organic nature that it takes on.